Hi guys, welcome. Scatlink here, and we are off for my next LP to go alongside Pikmin. This is the one that didn't get the most votes, but it's going alongside Pikmin anyway because the other one couldn't be recorded, which kind of annoys me. This is none other than Metroid Other M. Beginning at the end of Super Metroid, in first person view.
The baby.
My god, that is hideous. No matter how many times I see this scene, that always gets me. Boom! You can actually hear it crying in pain. Oh, this is awesome. There goes the baby Metroid. Just like it did in Super Metroid, the game.
Mother. Time to go.
Hyper Beam! That's one of my favourite shots of Samus ever. In combat, that I mean. Oh, Zero Suit Samus. I must have beaten the game already. Okay, in the next time, guys. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay, Samus. Everything's normal.
I awoke to the familiar voice of a quarantine officer.
Let's try sitting up, huh? Slowly now.
That could have been suggestive, the way he
A
said it.
dream. I had been reliving the tragic moments of my recent past. Thanks to the hyper beam, which was given to me somehow by the baby, I laid Mother
Damn
Brain to
straight.
waste. And the explosion that followed destroyed planet Zebes, along with the remains of Mother Brain, the space pirates, and my long-standing nemesis, Ridley,
Keep that in mind.
and the baby.
Come on, Samus. Let's go next door.
And we get to see how Samus puts her suit on. With concentration. Nice.
Ready for a quick
Okay,
test,
welcome
Samus?
to the tutorial of Metroid Other M.
Let's start with
Here we can get low down on the controls.
try a charge beam.
Hold 1 and then let go to fire a charge beam. I didn't do it right there. I had to fill up the entire bar. There we go. So basically, you hold the Wii Remote sideways like a normal controller, and it plays like a 2D Metroid game in a 3D environment, which is what I like about this game. Because, well, I'm not fond of first-person shooters, and when they get it right like this, it just works. I mean, it's like what they did with Mario for Super Mario 3D Land. It plays like a 2D game, but in a 3D environment. I like it. So you got morph ball, the usual stuff. You got normal bombs.
Go ahead and drop some bombs.
Nothing different.
Okay. Get out
So
of
he just
morph
wants
ball
us to
mode
do
and return
that.
to normal. Perfect.
This can be kind of slow,
All right.
but I am in the middle of the room, so dude. And no, it was a trap. And you've got like this kind of second person over the shoulder kind of walking parts at some points in the game, where you'll be able to walk around in cutscenes most of the time. Wall jumping is a cinch. Just mash the button, and there you go. No problems whatsoever.
Just like that, Samus. Let's invite some of your
Okay, so now we're going to get into actual attacking enemies. Here we've got a holographic Zuma, or Gima, whatever. And you just want to literally just pump them full of missiles. Shots. I can't talk today. Basically, when you're facing the enemy, the shots will pretty much auto-lock on, which is kind of helpful. So all you got to do is be in the relative aim, just like in a 2D Metroid game.
Let's check your
And now we're getting into one of the new things about this game, Sense Move. Sense Move is pretty awesome. As in, like, just tap a direction and you do like a massive dodge. And if you hold the one button while you dodge, you get a fully charged shot instantly. I'm trying to word this out so I don't sound too boring in a tutorial here. But yeah, this is like a new skill. So you just want to keep Sense moving until he stops this onslaught. There we go. And we'll shoot him in the face.
Nice.
Yeah, that can be really helpful in the game. And we gain our first 5 missiles for the game, or first 10 even.
Use concentration
Basically,
on
you just
one
want
of
to
your missiles.
hold it upright and hold A, and there we go. If you do the same when you're low on health and you're in the res zone, you'll be able to recharge your health as well. There are
Pesky
no
buddies is lurking here somewhere.
missile or energy pickups in the game. Concentrating is the only way it works. And now we get into part of the game which, well, borrowed from Metroid Prime. First person view.
Your pesky buddies is lurking here somewhere.
So basically, you do not have scanning, thank God. You cannot move in this form because you don't have the nunchuck. So it's standpoint first person. You want to be in first person mode, excuse me, there we go. And you want to hold the B button so you can look around. Scanning is automatic, so don't worry about that. And when you find that, once you lock on, hold the B button to continue locking on, and press A to shoot a missile. That's the only way you can shoot missiles in this game in first person mode. Keep that in mind. And now he's going to be fighting us, so we want to go back to 2D mode here, and he grabbed me. There we go, kick him in the face by pressing attack as soon as he grabbed me. And if we charge up a charge beam, and we jump on his head, get overshoot. I think that's what it's called.
So you plan
we
to
go.
just sit there when something grabs you?
I want to... Right, and if you sense move into them... Okay, it's not happening here, I'll just shoot him. But in some enemies, you can also sense move to hit them with an uber shot as well. But I just want to jump onto him and blast his brains out, which is telling me to do right now. There we go. It took me a couple of tries, but it finally worked. Even though it was working, it just didn't kill him, which was weird. Don't understand that, but whatever.
How about you try using a power bomb? This area is well fortified, so don't...
This annoys me. It teaches you how to use power bombs, but throughout the main story, you don't actually use them. So, enjoy this one explosion that you can possibly do in the game. So far. You're not going to see that for a while. And that kind of annoys me. That's one of the things that annoy me when it comes to story progression, and I'll get into that why when it comes to it.
That's it for the test.
But right now, it's not much of a big deal because we don't need to use power bombs.
Looks like you took quite a bit of damage. It's unbelievable how well you've held up.
I wondered if this too was a result of the power the baby gave me.
Right. You're doing the meeting room. The big dogs are waiting. I gave your suit a polish so you'd be at least somewhat presentable.
I don't even like that dude,
Not
to be
even
honest.
a fragment. None of the baby remained on me. I knew it to be true, but still couldn't help looking at my palm for a sign.
Speaking of which, I love the graphics in this game.
Never again
I love the
would
metal and
encounter
the suit and
baby.
stuff.
Never.
Just like so shiny and HD for Wii standards. I'm kind of impressed. And I was when I was first playing this game, but I couldn't play it because I had a Wii that didn't want to read double-layered discs, so I had to play it at Merrill's for the first time.
Mission completed. The planet Zebes was annihilated, and all Metroids were exterminated. A simple report, almost dull even, but it felt momentous to me.
And that's the end of the tutorial. Wasn't that long. And I guess you do need it when it comes to different modes of gameplay.
I don't know how much time passed since then. Days went by in their quiet way, and people's recollections of Metroids and space pirates grew nebulous over time, relegated to a past concern of the galactic communities. Nothing more than a faded memory. Codename Baby's Cry. A common SOS with the urgency of a baby crying. The nickname comes from the fact that the purpose of the signal is to draw attention. The signal was coming from a remote part of space. I altered the course of my ship as if this detour had already been part of my flight plan. Baby's Cry. It was as though it was crying.
And this, my friends, is Metroid Other M. The graphics are impressive for Wii standards. Looks actually kind of HD. I love the metal shine of the suit and how shiny it looks and how it's designed, the sleekness of the power suit and everything. And I love the detail on how much they put on the screens, the monitors. You can literally see every detail. Look, rescuing Signal Origin, bottle ship. All the details amazing. You just cannot take it in all at once. You have to play the game multiple times just to find out what's on the screens. And yes, this is where the whole game takes place. The bottle ship. Kind of generic, but you'll find out why it has a generic name. Because if the name was generic, it wouldn't draw attention. And like I said, we'll get into that later. So we're coming in for a landing right here. Per our usual 3D landing sequences. God, the lighting effects are just spectacular. On the Wii, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, look, it just looks so nice. So crisp. So new. And I guess that's what they were going for, and I must say, they did a pretty good job. And I know that Samus sounds a little bit monotone in this game, which is probably why they don't like the voice acting, but to me, it suits Samus's character, in my opinion, because it's solitary, monotone most of the time, and the reason why it's monotone is so she can keep her suit under control, and once again, I'll get into that, why that is when we come to it. So keep in mind whatever I'm saying, because if I give it away now, it'll probably be spoilers for later on stuff. And here comes one of the most annoying parts in this game that I do not like, and I actually need Meryl to do this for me on the first time, because you can't even save until you get this done. Basically, this is telling you to search stuff, and it's somewhere around here that you gotta scan. It's something that bloody tiny. It's ridiculous. But because I've played the game a couple of times, I know where they all are.
Federation. Huh?
And I love the visor glow. And that's pretty much the beginning of the game. Could go progressing now, but I think this little introduction of the game, even though it was a little bit meh, I guess we can progress just a little, but I might as well get into saving first. Just like any other Metroid game, you can go into your ship in order to heal, restore your missiles, and save the game. But you don't get a choice to save. Once you step in and heal your energy and missiles, the game saves automatically. And I guess I can go for one more cutscene before we end it off. So let's continue on. Because we're only at 15 minutes. So just blasting my way through here. There's nothing to blast at the moment though. This is pretty much where the whole game takes place. And now we've got a cutscene. I like how it transitions as well. It's very smooth, very instantaneous. No lag whatsoever. And looks epic with the dynamic camera angles.
Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, this is one of my favourite characters in the game.
Remember me?
Anthony. There's only one person who calls me princess. And that person is Anthony Higgs of the Galactic Federation.
And a badass to boot.
Haven't seen you since that last mission. Hey, and your buddy's here too.
Whoever's played Final Metroid Fusion knows
Adam
who
Malkovich.
we're talking about here,
A general in the Galactic
which is actually the
Federation
sequel to this
Army.
game.
Not only a trusted confidant, but also my former superior officer. Yes, there was a time when I was enrolled in the Galactic Federation Army. And then I was young and inexperienced. As the result of a certain incident, I left Adam's command and set out on my path as a solitary bounty hunter.
As the badass we all know today.
What are you doing here?
The first words out of his mouth were typical coming from Adam. To answer his question, I recounted the details of what had brought me to this place, and then I asked what circumstances led the Federation here.
That information is not
harsh.
for an outsider.
The word he so obviously chose, outsider, pierced my heart.
Commander, we're all prepped.
They all take cover and push me back for some odd reason. This is the reason! Failure of dynamite. They can't even blow open a door.
No dice. I think our only option is to use the laser to slowly burn our way through. This is gonna take a while.
The electrical system here is out, and we can't get the barrier wall to open. We tried using explosives, but it's tricky to pull off without collateral damage. What we need is some way to focus the power onto one centralized
Well, I guess that's a
location.
job for us then. If that wasn't subtle enough, as it gives you control in a cutscene in order to do it. Which is kind of nice. Tells you that you need this is the basic form of scanning in this game. Tells you what you need to use, and then use it. If you do not have it, you can't do it. So, simple as. Tells you what you need. If you do not have it, you cannot do it. If you have it, then go grab it. Simple as.
Go.
All right. I'm gonna go on ahead.
Joker.
Adam hadn't authorized it, but I decided to remain on site for the sake of the others.
Now, I must apologise in advance if I don't talk that much during... oh, as you can see there, it says that I cannot use bombs or missiles unless Adam authorizes it, because you could damage something that they don't want you to damage, so... That's pretty much the way of progressing. You do have all your power-ups from Super Metroid, plus a few... Yeah, plus you will gain a few new ones, but... They have to be authorized by Adam, which is the way you gain items, and that is nowhere dodgeable. That's just part of the cutscene, and you want to kill all these things. So use your sensing move, dodging skills and stuff, just to shoot all these things in the face, and there you go. Now, as I was about to say before I got interrupted by Adam's authorization notice, oh wait, hang on. I think I know how to do this. You're gonna lock onto that and just shoot it a couple of times, and wait, that weren't enough. Excuse me. Thank you. Charge beams required for that one, I think. There we go. Okay, now, getting back to what I was saying, goddammit. When it comes to cutscenes, this game is actually very cutscene heavy, because if you beat the game 100%, you'll unlock a theatre mode, which is pretty much the whole game as a movie. And it's a pretty decent movie as well. I think it's about 2 hours long. Think of it as an easier to watch version of Kingdom Hearts 3 for 2 days on the 1.5 remix. But it's Metroid. So you get a movie if you beat it 100%. And that's why this game is cutscene heavy, because they were also going for a movie adaptation. And they just rolled it all into one. And if that's the reason why I don't talk as much and not have a lot of commentary to say while that's going on, that's pretty much why. I want to keep quiet for most of the cutscenes so you get to hear it all. And enemies are just literally coming out left, right, and centre. Can I please get in here? Thank you. Because I believe in one of these rooms, I don't think it's on this floor. No, it's not on this floor, but somewhere in one of these toilets is an item that we can go grab, but it's not in this area. I always get confused between the two, so bear with me for that one. We can't really grab any collectibles at this point anyway, so I don't know what I was thinking. Now that's locked, so what we got to do is play Pac-Man and open the door. Kick climb, just in case you forgot how to wall jump. Don't think it's that much of a problem. Got some Zemas here. Zemas? There I go saying Zemas again. Gemas or Zoomers. There's also a pipe here, which we can use for more pulling, which I think we'll do now. Because at least then we can go... Oh no, we can't get it yet because we don't have bombs. Damn it! Because right up there is an honest-to-goodness and very helpful... Well, that requires the bomb. What I was trying to scan was that, which is an energy tank. I want to grab those if possible, and because we've scanned it, it is now registered on our map so that we can remember the location of that item. And we want to grab all the items because this is a walkthrough, of course. I have got 100% on here a bunch of times, so no worries there. I may forget how to do a few puzzles because they're not all very memorable, but I should be able to get most of them on one run, and then I'll have to backtrack for others, of course, because what would Metroid be without backtracking? It wouldn't be Metroid. And I'm not a lover of backtracking, but I'll do it if it's necessary, so whatever. Let's go through here, and this is mostly where you're going to be saving your games in navigation booths. Just like your ship, it will recover your HP, your missiles, which we don't have any right now because we had to deactivate them, and save your game automatically. And I think we'll end it off here, because when I said it earlier on, it seemed a bit too early. So, in the next episode, guys, we will head over on forward and see if we can find Adam and see what his crew is up to. See you guys then.